Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram. And this is episode 809.9 as labeled. This is Weed Nerd World. Hopefully you guys have had a great weekend. It's been a weekend, I'll say that. With that, saying that, what the fuck's up? How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys kicked off an awesome Monday. This chat popped out where it should be. Of course, dropped down into live chat. What's up, Southern BT, Celestial Phenomenon? Hopefully I said that right. Dirge, Organically Blunt, J5420. I'll probably be playing this Weed Nerd World somewhat in the background. Got an episode tonight, Fumador and the Flavors and Fumi. As most of y'all know him. Be here fucking talking shit with this guy here in a little bit. But we're going to take this down to about 11:15. What's good email for me? EagleGardens1@gmail.com. Some BT. Chicken Ham, what's up? How you doing? Always welcome. Pop in. DLP2372. Nice DLP. We never killed Kenny. What's up, man? How you doing, my friend? Well, can of milk tea to hopefully take down a little bit of swelling. Ready to do a little smoking with you fellas. Lord Badass, what's up? Kinda like that name. What's up? Frugal Force, what's up? Fucking Paulus, how you doing? Tie Stick, what's up? Man, I can't believe the Weed Nerds are rolling in so slow tonight. Usually they are early. What's up, Brett Anderson? There we go. Appreciate that, guys. Nip Denver, what up? What you guys smoking on? I think I'm gonna do a dab real quick while we're waiting. Ooh, that just makes my eyes hurt. This is some Mac Burger. Mac Burger. And for some reason, man, the old titanium meal's been getting better than that other fucking piece of shit. What's up? Is it dab time? No, almost. Dab with me anyway in the roasty since like what's up, Matt Ness? Let's wake them Weed Nerds up. Tell them it's time, man. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting episode tonight. Later on, with Safumi. That one's been a few years in the waiting, I can tell you that.
What's that?
What's up, Justin Bean? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good shit right there. Yeah, Fumi's a cool dude. Oh, what's up, buddy? Bill Watts. Nice. Sure, it's a good show there, buddy. Oh, that one got me. So organic. How you doing? That's a new one. John, how you doing? Oh, what's up with the weed nerds tonight? Damn, that's a good one though. Still don't. You guys make me. It's doing another visit to the doctor. Stronger drops every hour on the dollar. See Wednesday. Not so good. Hopefully getting better. Staying optimistic. Well, here and I thought I was going to be waiting for the weed nerds. Like that. Fucking fucked up. Cheers here. Operation Annihilation. Cheers to y'all. Oh no. Nobody's showing up for WEedNerdWorld. What's up, Smiley? Cheers, Big Jar. How you doing? Cheers, Mr. Smiley. Oh. Spring grape. Thank you, Spring grape, for finally throwing that up. What's up, that Romulan? All twos, cheers to you. Critical plus, Brent smoking. Tea. All right. Cheers to you. Welcome. I was just dabbing on some Mac burger there. Oh, somebody popped in. I didn't even hear him. Smiling. Oh shit. Almost kicked Smiley out. Wrong operation there. All right, now I gotta check my earpiece because obviously it's not working. Oh, I know what's going on. Turn this down. Let Mr. Smiley. What's up, Mr. Smiley?
What's up, man? Technical difficulty.
Oh, it happens.
How's your eye doing?
Yeah, that's what I say about that.
Oh, shit.
I had a doctor's appointment today scheduled, and I seen him Thursday with definite instructions and a personal phone number. If anything changes, call me. And well, yesterday things did change a little bit. Kind of almost went backwards a little bit. Started getting a lot of pain in that eye and whatnot, a bunch of not good shit. I toughed it out thinking, I got a doctor's appointment today. And he yelled at me. He was like, man, I gave you that fucking number for a reason. So, and things turned, This morning I woke up getting bloodshot. So they up the strength of the drops. Give me another day with, like another visit Wednesday. But he's again shook his head and he told me fucking anything
There we go.
different. Call me. Don't be Mr. Tough Guy. So still seeing pretty much shade of white out of the left eye, but hoping for the best.
Shit. What up, Big Jar?
What's
Not
up,
much
BJ?
going on. Not much. Getting ready to go out of town for the week.
Where you headed?
Kansas City. Misery.
Misery.
In the state of misery, huh?
Yeah. The only good thing, I got a buddy I went to college with. I went to school with. He transferred to the General Motors plant there from the Lake Orion plant here. And I called him up. It's like, I'm going to be in town. He's like, fucking sweet, man. I'll pick you up. So I at least going to be traveling, having somebody to hang out with that I know.
That always makes it a little nicer. You got a little somebody to talk to anyway.
Yeah, it should be a good time. He's into cigars and stuff like that. So I think we're going to hang out at a cigar bar. Club part thing that he's part of, something like that. So
Flip his wig, start talking about the flavors, he's tasting them and shit.
no, what's going to flip his wig is he was the drug dealer in school, and I was a straight-laced kid.
Now you're the smoker.
Now you're the drug dealer and he's the straight-laced kid?
We'll see.
We'll see.
I ain't talked to him other than on Facebook or whatnot. Right, but been out of school now for over 20 years.
Yeah, it's dope though. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see him. So,
I was trimming this weekend, so I'll be able to return your jars to you full.
okay.
Best way to get them back. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that Sky High is definitely a crowd favorite.
Yeah, dude, that was really good. It was really tasty. I appreciate
That's really good. Not a problem, man. So,
I don't know. You always hear everybody say, "Oh, the dispo weed sucks" and whatever, and it's like, man, I've even been trying to get good, you know what I mean, the good hookups that I used to have too, and it's like, it's just not the same. I don't know. It just ain't, man.
it's getting harder and harder. Let's put it that way. To find it. I mean, the guys that were out there a couple of years ago, they're just not around. So
Yeah,
that's for sure.
there definitely is like that. I don't know, Eagle, you probably speak on it more, but like the whole idea of the dank, right? Like when Sub was talking, I mean, that had meaning to it because not everything had the fucking dank, right? Like it was like, hey, you can smoke some weed, but it ain't the fucking, it don't got it,
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that going around.
I really insist it's that small batch personal interaction. It's got the shell of it. The dispo stuff's got the shell of it. It's got the look, it's got the smell, but it don't have the heart. It don't have the power. I really believe that only comes with that, smaller scale. A hands touch that fucker at least a couple times a week. You know what I mean? Looked it over. A little bit of love there, that larger scale, even though with the best intent, just like anything else, you can only spread yourself so far.
Yeah.
So I think that has a lot to do with it. A lot of people say that, but I agree. I 100% agree with it.
Automation.
Yeah, I went to the Fledge this weekend, and I picked up an eighth from Green Gaming Gardens or something like that. What was his name? There was a bag seed that he picked up a few years ago and grew out. That shit was nice, hazy, fucking nice and citrusy. Good little smoke on it. That's all he was, just a little small guy. No caregiver, craft farmer. Had a few guys there like that. That's a pretty good product on the jar.
So what's the next event you guys are all headed to? Is it the one at the 29th of this month?
Turf Wizards.
No, I think it's Big Clouds or
Oh, Big Clouds. No,
yeah, no.
that's Memorial Weekend. It was my mom's birthday, so we kind of do stuff like that and everything with my dad. So, but then the week after that's my birthday, and I'll be out of town, so I won't be up at Gem Genetics. We're going to stay in. I go to Indianapolis. We're just going to stay down there for the weekend for my birthday and check out shit down there. Probably go to the Indy Museum, check out all the race cars and stuff.
That'll be dope.
My uncle is down there, so we're going to check him out. My dad just told me my cousin just got out of the, what was he in, Marines? Yeah, he just finished up his 4 in the Marines, and he got out, and he moved back to his dad while they're finishing up his house. So I'll be able to see him and his new kids, his two twins that they just had last year and a half ago. So be able to meet my cousin's kids for the first time. So that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But,
Is it the next one, Memorial Weekend? What the fuck? This end of May, is it? Or May 20 something?
28, 29, something like that.
Yeah, something like
Is
that.
it?
Yeah, coming this year's just fucking blowing by, isn't it?
Well, Mother's Day is this coming Sunday, and then
Yeah, we'll be at the Pledge this Sunday. I've been going there. That's a pretty cool place. That guy does Third Eye Muse. He does that there. A lot of it goes, all the proceeds and some of the proceeds and like all the canned goods, food drive, things like that. I'll go to the place. But he's trying to set up another event place around the Lansing area because he's just outgrowing that place. So but I think that's going to turn into like a nice little what everybody wants. That nice little farmers market, craft fair, caregiver thing. Real small, not like 500-600 vendors. It's a nice event. It has that. I've been going a couple, 3 times so far. Real good vibe. Gives that Motor City, Vehicle City vibe. Just more people.
500-600 vendors would be insane, dude.
Yeah. He's got. I think there's 10 there.
50's a lot.
50's a lot. 50's a lot.
I don't know. It gets to be too overwhelming at a certain point,
Yeah. No, the guy's pretty cool. I've talked to him a couple times, and he really vets the vendors and stuff. So, it's kind of interesting. But like you say, he goes, I've done a whole bunch of events. And I learned a lot of things from the people that hold events and how I don't want to be like them.
Yeah, it's a hard thing.
Yeah, he says it's hard. He says it's really hard.
Well, I'm sure there's a tough balance there.
Mm-hmm. There is.
Even for like any event, for me, it's good to pull off one event, but for me to be a success, it's got to be sustainable. They've got to want to be able to plan on it next year. Not only, you know what I mean, it's got to be able to build a reputation to where, even like you're saying, like you fucking talked 500 vendors, man, you got to be promising them vendors a lot of door, a lot of people coming. And you would think, that's a lot to spread out over, vendors, a few amount of people. And then the only way you can really build up that bang of a crowd, especially in today's Michigan event environment with fucking so many people holding events, you got to be rememberable and you have to be repeatable. So they got to be able to come, you know what I mean? I don't know if you can get that the first year. That sounds like a 5-year like build up to something like that.
At least a 3. I think a minimum of 3. Because you're gonna have the first good event that you're gonna have goods and bad. The second one you're gonna learn from, and then by the third one is when you should start getting things rolling. But I think if you can get to the third event and you're still doing good, then the fourth, the fifth, I think that's just when they start snowballing.
So this is a good panel to talk about this thing because we've traveled a few. You know what I mean? We look forward to Clio and all the ones we've ever been to.
Clio's my closest event. Every other event for me is at least a 2.5, 3 hour drive. So you got to make it worth my time to invest a 5-hour trip to start with in a car before I even get there.
Yeah.
So I do like the event that, if you got your card, you're getting in free. I like that. I don't, don't charge me if I'm driving that far over, especially I know how much you're charging the vendors when you're pocketing that money on top. You want to do the guys that don't want to support the licenses and the caregiver side of things on the card side, then charge them, but not us. I was nice about going to Jensen Genetics over there in Muskegon, just drive across, show up, walk in.
I'd like to see more consumption tents.
I think you're going to get more of those. I think you will. I think that'll be this year's thing. So people setting them up once they get it figured out how to do it.
I think long as it's like anything, there's no sales in the tent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you're just gathering and consuming. There's no one person to point the finger at. Like say they're buying and consuming there because of. I think you'd be okay just for throw up a tent. Just everybody's trying to get out of the sun here.
I think, because that's how Kalkuska is, isn't it? They got the dispo next door, and it's not connected. You have to walk out of the building, down the block, and in. And then when you go inside, the only thing they offer in there, I think, is papers and tips and things like that, just smoking accessories, but no actual product of any type.
The only thing I think the bugaboo about it is they haven't been able to plan around us fucking smokers, man. When we tend to outsmoke any event, any place we go to. You know what I mean? So they got to figure out how to handle all that smoke we put out. It's not like a cigarette event, man. We come and we start chiefing down, man. That building's clouded.
Yeah. You got to have some way to handle that. That's what I said, an outdoor event's perfect.
Yeah, I can't believe they don't put some kind of ventilation up or something. I mean, it can't be that much to throw a few fucking can filters with a fan on top just blowing you know what I mean?
Well, look at the one that Genetics did over in Muskegon. That's like one of those old bingo halls and stuff. They had those great big smog hogs mounted in the ceiling for back in like the 70s and 80s, and all the women sat there in their bingo just chiefing down pack after pack, going B1, B2, running up and down the table.
But that's a different consumption to where they got them cigarettes in the ashtray and they're hitting it once in a while, man. Weed smoking's like, there you go, you hit this fucker. Don't let it just sit there.
Especially you start bringing out the rigs and shit like that. You almost what you need are the big attic fans that you put in your house. You guys seen those?
Mm-hmm.
My buddy had a couple of those. That's how we used to do it, man. He had one in his house. We would just fucking chief down and then get done. He goes, all right, crack like 2 or 3 windows, like 4 or 5 inches, open up the upstairs door. He'd crack that thing on, and you would literally just see the smoke get sucked out of the house. They just shut it up, and then we're all done. You just need like 2 or 3 of those.
Either way, I'm glad it's summertime or coming up on the outdoor events, because I'm glad to have the events in the colder months. But man, them indoor venues, like I said, they're just not ready for us yet.
They're crowded. They're crowded too. Real crowded. That's for sure.
Just taking notes for the Eagle Clash.
Trying to put together some notes anyway. Yeah.
Like it. Would be
Clash. Now it's a clash already.
Hey, No, if that's what we're talking. I think they had a guy come down from Deckerville to Lansing to do food there at the Fledge. That guy had he's a barbecue. He's just set up his food truck. He does catering now. But man, that shit was fucking delicious. It was like a cup of baked beans, barbecue, everything at barbecue. Mac and cheese, a jalapeno popper, all of that. Me and the wife got 2 cups for like $10. So to get people like that to show up, be able to do the food part of things.
I think the food trucks do better than some of them vendors, man.
Fuck yeah, they do. I'm stoned as shit, man. I'm hungry as fuck. And the last thing I want to do is eat infused food.
There's some lines to some of them trucks. They just like anything else, them trucks will build up like a fan base to where like you go to events, you're like, oh yeah, they're here. Hell yeah,
We went
I'm also that.
at Gens and Genetics. We went and my buddy's like, yeah, we gotta get some food. 'Cause I was just gonna scoot and grab something on the way, but we went back and hit the food truck and got some Bria tacos. Oh fuck, dude, that was the best fucking decision of the day right there. Short of going. Those fucking things were so good. It was like $12 for 4 big fucking. It was probably half a pound of fucking meat on 4 big tacos.
Yeah, sometimes the accidental ones are good stumble too, because like last time, man, it was the other lines were full, and I happened to stumble onto the like shrimp po' boy truck. That shrimp po' boy was
Ooh.
good.
Oh, that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have necessarily been like my first choice, but I'm glad I stumbled into that line because that shit was good.
That's what I like about the food trucks. You kind of walk them all, kind of look and see what you got. Then you look at the line, and you decide, okay, so we're standing in the line or not? How hungry am I? You know, what kind of event am I at? I had for work we had to go, so I had to go to a big event. It's like a big trade show, and that's that. They brought in like 10 or 15 food trucks for everybody, like right in the big opening. Everybody just set up out and go check it out. It's pretty sweet.
Do you have a favorite?
Me?
Yeah.
I kind of go with like barbecue and shit if I'm coming out of a food truck. Barbecue and Mexican, and it's only because I lived out in Vegas when I turned like 21, 22 for like 2 years, and we had a roach coach come to the shop every day, and it was just a Mexican roach coach, and they made breakfast burritos. They're like $1.50, $2. They're like as big around as your freaking forearm, like 2 eggs, a half a pound of bacon almost. And it was a big burrito every day, $2. Best thing I ate every day. You know, so it's just that food just
Every day?
every day.
Every day. I've seen a few pizza places are doing that where they got like a little pickup truck, but they got the cab on the back, so it stays hot or whatever. And then they're insulated, I don't know. But they'll drive to like a work site and sell them shit by the slice or whatever like that.
That's cool. Yeah, they what is it? Frankenmuth has starting to do food truck events every Thursday now, I think, throughout the summer. Something like that. I know around I think Lapeer over by me, they're having a big one like once a month or something like that. Big food truck rally.
That shit blew up too, man. Like food trucks are all over the place now. It's crazy.
Well, they're all over by you for sure. I see them all the time, like over that side of the state.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a fucking last year they did that up here to where like they like skipped the restaurant thing. This one company, I think they I think the city caught on a little bit and like started to, all right, you're abusing your privilege a little bit, because he had like 4 lots set up to where he had like pull away like things, and he was just like stopping in the morning and like filling them all up. And then they were a full-on like restaurant, but not, you know what I'm saying? So he had like a little franchise going around town, but didn't have like building one. And I think they cracked down on him a little bit. Oh, my favorite, we have street tacos. Anytime I see the street taco truck up here, they got some good shit too.
Yeah. Now we got a guy that has a burger truck, and he opened up a brick and mortar store here for the winter. So it's pretty nice. Inside the brick and mortar store, it's half a food truck. They just took half a food truck, cut it in half, and that's where you walk up to the window and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So
I literally can't see who the fuck I'm letting in.
letting Rez in.
Yeah, there's a Rosie's Diner here in Michigan is like that, or is like the old like caboose car kind
Jack Herrera. Jack Herrera. Nice.
Her.
We shall see. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Raz.
I just picked this one up along with the gelato from the same company.
Who's the company?
Originals.
Never heard of it.
Out of LA. We got 15,000 of them out here. 15,000 different names. Probably only 15 of them licensed.
You're growing again though, huh?
Huh?
You're growing again though, huh?
I have 2 little ones. We'll see if there's any females out of the 2. I should have planted more. I should have planted like 16 or 20, or at least 10 seeds. That way I could have picked out, because that 2x4 10, I can fill that thing up with 1, but I'd rather fill it up with, I think, 3 or 4 3-gallon pots. Finish them off with. Yeah. All the weed out here sucks. Sorry to say.
What are we looking at there, Big Jack?
Cali bags.
You are looking at blue line pie to Crippy.
Oh, nice. Crippy out. That's the Crippy out of. That's the Crippy out of Carson.
Ask Smiley, it's his.
It's the Kirby out of Hawaii.
And then this little one is an ice cream skunk by Smoking Storks. I had to trim it up a little bit so I could get some light down here and stuff in it, but it did not get very tall. It's very, very tight internode, as you see.
Very tight.
So, yeah, when I talked to him about it, he goes, yeah, he had a couple that were like that. He said, but they were pretty violent. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. So they're just a bitch to clone. So, but no, these are looking pretty good.
I like it. They look nice.
So that's the number 2 over here.
What is that? What strain?
Blue Line Pie to Crippy.
Looks good. It has some thin leaf cultivar to it.
And this is my number 4. This one's the branching on the 2 is a little thicker. So,
What day you in?
middle of week 2, so about day 18, 19, somewhere in there. So,
About 15.
yeah, probably somewhere around there. So,
Looking good.
and let's see, we got. What's going on? We see in here? No. Door off. Look down, feel like I'm zipping the tent. Those are GG4 to Crippy, and I don't remember what the other ones are. Let's see. I see in there. Yeah, I don't remember the other one. They're my vegetables.
Looking good, man. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the things are going right now.
Looks good.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with what's going on in the garden. So I didn't get a chance to do a soil test, so I'm just winging it. So the things are looking good, nice and green. So I'm just doing a real slow drip of things and just making sure put all the compost on I had left and just kind of trying to get the blue match dialed back in. So get that all done so I don't flood things out while I'm gone. So.
Did you say compost?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's like music to my ears.
Yeah. Yeah, I threw what I had left of that in there and mixed that up with just a little bit of stuff I had around here, nothing heavy, and we'll go from there. So,
Nice.
we'll see how it goes. Should be fine. They look pretty good right now.
Yeah. Compost fixes everything, man.
Yeah, I wanted to get a hold of Jet House and get some from Wormy, but he was like, "Yeah, I was hoping he was gonna be at Gems, but he wasn't."
Oh yeah. I just got some from him.
I was gonna ask and say, maybe you have a bag or something like that, and just get off of you, and then you can just get yourself another bag later.
Yeah.
But I saw you, but oh well.
I'm hooked up on the delivery, so they just deliver the shit to my house. He didn't live too far, that's why. So he can just bring it home.
Oh, I know.
Like drop it off and then hit his house. Which
Mine
is
too,
really nice
Charlie.
he does that. He don't have to.
They just charged me 25% interest, 25% tax altogether. What the?
No, they're good guys, man. They have
No, they are. Their guys are awesome.
gone out of their way to make shit work for them.
No, out here, they're pulling taxes when they're not supposed to be pulling taxes, as far as I can tell. They can pull an excise tax now, but now they're pulling a state and a local charge, and they're saying, yeah, it's supposed to be in there. And I'm like, I told the guy last time, I said, I'll tell you, it's like last time I told you, driver, do whatever you're doing. I said, I'm going to go someplace else. I said, yeah. I said, but that's how they got Capone. I said, you go messing with California weed laws anymore, it don't matter. You start taking extra tax money you ain't supposed to, and one of them guys catches up with you, tax man's going to have a different story for you.
Yep. Yeah, you can't take more money than they are.
Oh, man. No, I wouldn't. Medical's supposed to be charged tax now. They can charge 15% excise tax. Has to be charged. They did that for the growers. It's supposed to go back to the growers to relieve some kind of tax off the growers. So
I guess I'd be okay with that then. You know, to a point. You know, I think we're 6 here. It's just a sales tax here, I think, for medical. All we have to pay. Isn't it?
Tax that ass. I thought everybody was froze. What's up, Candace?
Not much. I'm really tired. I'm just gonna come on here and do a quick dab with you guys, and then I'm gonna have to go to bed. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably smoke one more and take off. And I gotta be up at like 6 and on the road. You know, flying out at like 9. So.
Yeah, I gotta get up at 4:30. I gotta get on the road. I got a 2-hour drive tomorrow morning.
I got what side of the country are you going to be on? I'm going to be right in the middle.
I'm gonna be on the East Coast.
Yeah, I'll be in Kansas City for the rest of the week.
I would say where I was going. It'd be pretty telling, though.
Smells like gelato. The Jack Herrera smells that diamond on the. I mean, the Jack smells right on the money. This is gelato here.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it smells pretty good too.
Oh,
I haven't
that
had a
weed you got. I was thinking that was.
I was thinking seeds.
I thought those were seeds at first when you showed.
Holy shit,
I
man!
thought it was. Hey,
I
maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll get a couple in there.
I hope
the
not.
jar.
That is a cool little jar.
I like
Yeah,
the jar,
the first thing I look at is because of these, but these seals here I think are made to bleed, would be my guess. But the first thing I look for, it's flat across. If it's got a bubble on it, I already know I got a problem. First time you open it, it'll be okay. First day you smoke it, it'll taste like whatever weed you're supposed to. Next day, it'll taste like that, but it'll start fading towards hay.
What are you
Third
talking
day,
about next day? You got like an eighth there. What are you talking about next day?
So when I close it up, go to hit it again. I'm not going to smoke an 8 tonight.
Oh.
Holy shit. I had to make this shit stretch.
I
mean,
did.
that's 55. That's over 55. That was $56. Almost $57 per 8.
Ouch.
I paid 20.
Good weed in the high desert in the legal market. The legal market is $60 an 8. That's that one that Jack Greenstone. That's the one Jack recommended before out of Southern Cali. But they're somewhere down at I can't think of their name right now. It's got a long name, bio something. But they're supposed to be really good. But that stuff's 60, 65, 60 or 70 and 8. It's just because they're doing it right. It's the only reason they can charge that. The rest of these guys can't charge that. Can't let the other guys' stuff sit around. This stuff was jarred up on the 19th. It'll tell you. I'll tell you by the time 2 or 3 openings, I can tell by the 3rd opening if you're growing with salts, if you left a lot of salt in it, and you didn't dry it right. It'll just change that quick, right? The stuff I
You're
used to
saying
get growing up, right? You handed me a bag. You gave me the bag. I put it in my pocket. The bag didn't really keep it as much moisture as before, but I guarantee you that thing right there, what you gave to me, was consistent the whole way through that 8th, quarter, half, whatever. There was consistency, except for what I, smashed it down because I was rough on it, so it wasn't as fluffy as the first was. But this stuff here, it just changes. It just changes because they put it in too fast. It wasn't dry enough, or the moisture was too high. That's what that bubble's from. And then It's not just that; it's whoever had it, or the next guy went up in temperature from the guy before. And if you're not keeping it consistent all the way to the customer, whenever you're doing in that temperature, and you got it off a little bit in the dry, you're going to get that bubble in your
It goes
seal.
with, like prepackaged food too, right? Fucking
Yeah.
nitrogen seafood. You see
Right.
it kind of puff like that.
No, that's why the first thing I say.
Oh, I thought that was the added flavor.
Maybe.
I thought that was like what do you call that? Like the vacuum pressurizing, and there like we're really impregnating the meat with all that good stuff, all the toxins.
That is a good point though, Rez. Like keeping the product, because I remember dealing with some of the local shops too. There was one guy that was like, I don't know, he was complaining that the stuff would dry up, and he was saying I was bringing it too wet, and I'm like, no, man, like you gotta humidity control your store like you would a cigar humid, you know what I mean? A cigar shop, you go in there, they're keeping humidity up.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of, you know what I'm saying? They're not letting that shit dry out. That's why they have a separate room off to the side where it's all controlled for the cigars to stay and shit,
But I have the
Cannabis people
philosophy
need to
of
really take that serious, because that's where that shit gets lost,
let's see what. Yeah, I agree with you. But you're right, saying yeah. So I prefer a little drier. I don't. If you gave me your another percentage drier, I mean, if you gave it to me at 4 or 5%, I don't think that's when you poured it off the stem. I'd be happy with it. I don't need that 8 or 9 or 7%, whatever they do. What guys shoot for. But I got it for years out of the bags, and it was fine, right? When it wasn't brown in a brick, it was fine. I'd rather. So for me, if I was going to keep it around, yeah, that jar, man. The bag's better, I think, temporary. We've had that discussion before. Turkey bags, in the midterm, I think turkey bags are better because they don't seal as well as the jar does. So there's less chance you mess it up. It's a bigger area and a little more better breathing.
Turkey bag works better than like Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
But they don't work as well as like a jar or a sealed container, in my opinion.
No, I'm talking about something I want it to bleed. I want it to get more air in it.
Yeah, not to dry up a little. The best thing I've found for doing multiples are the 5-gallon bucket with the they call it a gamma lid. With thread-on lid or whatever, and that works really well with where you can have like 2-3 different turkey bags in there, so you can keep a bunch of them in there and seal it up like that too.
So you control the bleed off by burping the big 5-gallon lid if you want it. Okay, that's nice.
But it doesn't matter. These are all nice, pretty jars. But if they don't have it right and it's not consistent by the time it gets to me, and I can't keep my area somewhat consistent or closed, or some of them I prefer just leave it open. I mean, there's some of them I get and I'm like, I'm sorry, I just paid for you. I might not even smoke you. I might have to try to send you back. I said, but I'll let you open tonight. Whatever humidity comes off of it, it's so bad.
I think if you can break it up by hand, it's dry enough. You know what I mean? If it turns to dust, then it's too dry. But if you can still break it up by hand and roll a joint, that's dry.
Yeah, you've described that to me before.
It tastes like Jack Herrera, but it tastes better if it was grown in soil. Damn it. You can't get around it, man. I can taste the salt product.
How would you describe Jack Herrera? It tastes of Jack.
Right. It's bright, lemony, piney. It's one of my favorite strains. You can't miss Jack. It's got a distinctive lemon to it. I opened it up. It smelled just like Jack. I was like, oh, that's definitely right on the money. I sent a picture to a friend of mine. He's like, oh, my favorite. I'm like, yeah, we'll see. Because you get your hopes up, right? You just get your hopes up, especially if you're growing your own indoors. You get your hopes up, and then you're like, damn it. My lungs don't like the smoke anymore. I need a vaporizer. You're just making me want to quit again so I can grow my own again.
Just the opposite. Just the opposite over here, man. I said a minute ago, I'm like, man, how ironic is this? I'm talking shit forever about doing dabs, and here I am. You see this cough right here? I've been coughing for the last fucking 5 minutes from that dab I just took like 10 minutes ago. I can't wait to go back to smoking flower.
No, I can't. I started coughing up black stuff when I quit smoking cigarettes deep down in my lung, and it hadn't stopped. And there's some pain in there somewhere that hadn't healed yet. And I'm like, my body's telling me, you want to keep smoking that flower, you better get one of them handheld vaporizers, because I don't like to smoke anymore. You can take the paper. I don't want to.
Oh, man, I see it. And interviews, too. Last night in particular. Or this cough like here, I watch people hit that dab pen. They're all right. Then a couple minutes later, they get that trickle cough. And I'm like, man, I'm glad it's just not me, because I see it. Fuck it. The other night with Tim. And so he tells us how old he was, so I don't matter. He says he's 64, right? At one point in the interview last night, and he's hitting that dab pen, and he fucking busts out that jar of extracts, and I'm like watching him hit it without a cough, and I'm like, man, 64 hitting that bitch without no fucking repercussion. You go, dude. And then there towards the end where, he had a couple into it, man, I thought towards the end we were going to have to end it, because, man, he started getting like I've got right now, that kind of hang around little cough every few seconds. And I'm like, ooh, it got him. The dab's got him. I've been powered through for a little bit longer. That shit adds up, though, man. And the only reason I made that switch is because just sitting here in the cloud was fucking with my situation. So I was like, I need to like hit something once or twice, you know what I mean? Try to eliminate some of the smoke until I feel a little bit better. But I can't wait to go back to smoking straight out smoking joints. Fuck the extracts and the limited cough there. It should makes me feel twice my age, man. It really does.
Well, you're smoking the concentrates, Eagle.
What am I smoking?
No. Why are you smoking the concentrates versus joints?
To limit the amount of smoke. I sit in here and
dry.
fucking just fucking puff, man. This room filled right up full of smoke, and
Yeah.
fucking it's all up in my eye and shit. So that's the
Yeah, yeah.
reason. I said, well, till my eye gets a little bit better, I figured I'd lessen the smoke, lessen some of the irritation anyway. And
The lungs do not like the tar, man. The lungs do not like the tar. I don't care.
cheers, Major. How you doing?
Fantastic, brother. Day 2 on a new job. This
Congratulations, maybe.
oh yeah, fuck yeah, man. My boy started his own business. And
Oh,
the
shit.
day before I was supposed to start with my old boss, he calls me up and he fucking gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. I was like, fuck. So I called up the old boss. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna come in at all. See ya. So hopefully I didn't burn that bridge, but yeah, I burnt that bridge. That bridge is burnt, so fuck it, whatever.
Yeah,
I should have
did
probably
that
went back to work for him for 2 weeks, did the right thing. But whatever. You should have paid me more, fool.
I put my 2 weeks in the morning, and I was fired by the afternoon.
Yeah, that's what I was going to figure too. I was like, oh, he's just going to give me shit work for 2 weeks. Fuck it. Fuck
They
it.
really don't want you there, right?
Yeah.
That's why the ones you want to work for in that case, they say, hey, here's 30 days. They go, here's 30 days pay. Have a nice one. Here's your 30-day separation pay. Have a nice
Oh, shit.
Yes, that's how you have it written up. That's how it should be written up. I get 30 days. You decide you don't want me anymore. That's why when you put your notice in and they decide you're going to fire you, they got to give you 30 days.
Never gave a 2-week notice, but I've always left on good terms, to where I could go back if I needed or ever wanted to. But a simple phone call like you, as long as you didn't end that fucking phone call with a fuck off, your work should be good enough to, hey, it fell through, the guy was a dick, all right, man.
Well, you give them that invitation, like, hey, you ever get backed up, man, give me a shout. My work hours are a little flexible with this job, which I like even more. So it's like, fuck. I get flexibility hours and a third more in pay. Shit. Easy.
And you're hanging out with a boy too, right?
Yeah, he's my best man for my wedding. So on top of that, it's like, what? Fuck yeah. And this guy, we smoke a joint, going to every new site. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like working with you. In fact, I felt bad because I didn't have any like pre-rolled. The guy had like 8 pre-rolled already rolled up. It's like, what? This is a little different. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Find a good job like that.
Especially up here. Up here, there's a lot of like it's cottage maintenance up here. These rich people have like we're talking huge houses, like huge cottages, like their second summer home. So you have to maintain their homes. These big giant houses. It's like, oh yeah, we can do that. That's easy shit. Fuck yeah. And then most of these people show up like a week every month. So it's like most of the time you got it's just the easiest job in the world. I can't believe it.
Yeah, right now it's probably the hardest work just because you're opening shit up.
Well,
winter and stuff like that. But once you're after that, water, cruise control,
get the boats out, start up all the boats, make sure the gas up, all this weird shit that rich people don't like to do. I'll do that for you. I'll do that for you, bud.
Then you get to see all the trophy wives this summer.
Oh man, that's one of the bad things about this job. We got exposed to that last year a little bit, man. I guess all these rich guys have almost that. About half of them would have to say had a trophy wife. You could say, almost like 10 to 20 years younger than them. Almost like 2 perfect looking girls. Just surgery done. Just typical rich guy, I suppose. If there is a category.
Yeah, there is. It's like, well, you're close enough, and I'll finish it later.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Have a good one.
Later,
Thanks, Eagle.
See you later, man. Have a good one.
Later.
Later.
You look like you're about ready to fall right over.
Days are like that, man.
How's that eye doing, Eagle?
It's all right.
Not getting worse though, right? Not getting better, but not getting worse. Oh, it's getting worse. Oh, come on.
It was not. Well, I had another visit today, and it was worse than the last visit. It kind of regressed a little bit over the weekend.
Maybe go back to that patch, or did the doctor say the light's not an issue? It's just
Oh, the light's an issue, but that's only for my judge. That's the only reason for the patch is to keep the light out. So it's sometimes better than others with the light.
You need to get some blue salt water with your eyes open.
Man, I have I have that cat rolling today because well, as most doctors would. I'm sure he's seen the weed coming, but though I didn't. I may have said that in the beginning, like, "Do you smoker?" Because I'm always like, "Oh, cannabis." That's as far as I'm going with that. But I go back today, and he's like, "All right, if you did you stay on the drop regimen?" And and I'm like, "Yeah." Oh, what the fuck happened, man? And I did tell him, I'm like, "Well, I am trying some like the herbal side of things. So I'm like trying some turmeric that's like anti-inflammatory, drinking some chamomile. I'm fucking had a little list of like organic tactic there, and he's just looking at me like, all right, just do what you gotta do. He's like, I'm not telling you not to, but certain things like the turmeric, he was like, you're wasting your time.
Turmeric.
Yeah.
See? Yeah.
So
You need the tarmac. That's what I just said. The blue water. You need the tarmac, not the turmeric. You need the tarmac. You need to get on a plane, fly somewhere with some blue water.
Turmeric.
Fly somewhere, get on the tarmac, and get on a plane, fly somewhere where they got blue water. Get your eyes back into salt. I think the ocean does. If you put it in some of the good, clean ocean water, do a lot for your body. It's just healthy.
It feels weird.
Feels weird.
Salt water, ocean water, because I'm, Great Lakes, fresh water, and then going to the ocean and swimming in the ocean, it just feels weird.
Yeah,
Because it's from the salt in the water. From the salt in the water,
Yeah.
the water itself feels weird.
Yeah.
That was just as a kid going down. My aunt and uncle always lived. My uncle was in the Navy, so he always lived on the water. So we always able to go like Virginia Beach or Jacksonville, or, down that way and stuff. So family vacation was always to the beach.
I just seen a thing in Iceland, I don't know, places to visit in Iceland or some shit. But there's like there's everything over there is geothermal, and like there's like a water runoff from one of the geothermal furnaces that's now like this heated pool. Like it stays a certain, so you can go swim in it, but it's got like it's so mineral rich. It's like good for your skin and shit, and like. Yeah, like people are in there like rubbing the mud on their faces and shit and like swimming around in it. But it's like a different looking blue than like a normal. It's got a weird kind. It's super blue. Like it's super blue. Like Eagle's glasses kind of blue or something.
You ever swam? Have you ever swam in a sulfur spring or a sulfur creek? No fish in them, but they're crystal clear. I have up in the mountains of West Virginia, Grafton, West Virginia. Beautiful, but man, that stuff stinks. It's like sulfur. It's like rotten eggs, You're at a well.
I was just gonna say, you swam in it when you just smell afterwards. Yellow and shit.
Not really. No, it's crystal clear.
Sounds like a bad rain shower right there, man.
It's a crystal clear stream. I mean, there's nothing living in it. There's no bacteria there, but there's no fish.
Yeah,
You would love Grand
I'd
Michigan.
like to
'cause
think.
your hot water comes out just smelling like farts
No,
no
I
matter where
don't
you
like
live. So.
I'm not saying I like it. I'm just saying
Well,
that's,
it's not crystal clear either, Eagle.
huh?
Yeah, it's
What's
not
that?
really crystal clear. Yeah, you
Not
got me
crystal
there.
clear. Well, if you ever get to go to Grafton, West Virginia, you can find some places back there in the hills where there's pools that you can dive into that are still crystal clear. Now I say that, but I haven't been there since they did a bunch of fracking. So who knows?
Man, you can sell that as like some terp water. You know how
That's-
sulfur is supposed to help the terpene production and stuff, right? Secondary metabolites. Terp water.
Turquoise. That's close to a big dam, so there's probably wasn't hopefully not a lot of fracking going on. But who knows?
Mountain Spring Terp water, baby. Bottling that shit up, hitting the shelves in stores near you.
Mixed in with some Icelandic mineral water. Oh shit. I did want to try some of that I guess you call it the sap maple syrup, right? Before it comes in syrup, it's the sap. I just wanted to try the straight up sap water with the plants, but I never did. Got too
Sap
lazy to. Yeah, just straight up from maple trees.
Yeah,
I guess you get it from birch too.
Pine, I've heard too.
That process is so cool, tapping a tree.
Yeah, I used to do it as a kid.
We had a teacher that would do it, and he'd have them.
I feel like I heard somebody that was doing that, watering it on their plants, and I forget, but there was something that wasn't good about it, and I can't remember now.
Too many sugars, maybe.
Well, I think it was more like the tannins that the tree produces were like, there was something about it that was like or that like not like black walnut trees secrete shit that kills other plants, but there was something
That looks
like
pretty good. Which one's that?
sap too that was like I don't know. Just look into
Yeah,
it. That's all.
Yeah, it's an exudate or something that they put in the roots for black walnut that kills everything around it.
Yeah, but it's not that. But I'm just saying it's
No.
something similar like that, where it's produced by the tree and it's in the sap, and you go water it on your plants, and it might not be the best.
Well, yeah, that sap that's left behind in the tree itself makes walnut toxic to work with to breathe in that dust and shit coming off the fucking wood. To get in your skin if you're real touchy with it, it'll leave brown spots on it. Refinish.
You know, Jack Herrera, it's right because it's been long enough since I've had it now. It must, it's been a few years. It's like once you get it, you're like, okay, somebody got the right cut. This guy is growing the right cut. He didn't. I don't think he hunted this. If you can hunt this out,
Spicy cologne. How would you describe that one?
it's that lemon. Lemon. I wouldn't say give it a cologne. It's got that brightness to it. I always say that brightness comes. I guess it comes from that lemon.
Urinal cake.
They have that pine. Yeah, that's that urinal. That's that urinal cake. Yep. There you go. There's the term. Urinal cake.
That makes it super less desirable once you call it. Okay.
And it's a sexist one because unless they're a janitor, like what girls know what a urinal cake smells like.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. I'm going to bed now. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Definitely not smoking any more gelato though. I don't like it.
Wasn't any good?
It's all right, but it's what's all these are saying higher than anything I think the weed that I had growing up that I liked. This is supposed to be 32 per 32. 0.66 total cannabinoids, and this one's like 38 with the TH. Yeah, this is 38.21 with the THC being 32.82. That's what they're saying in there. And this
Will
one,
tell you how many terpenes are in it?
well, what's the they don't break anything down, but that's what's the separate taking the THC out of the total, right? That would still be six left over. Total cannabinoids 32.66, THC 26.93. But it doesn't tell you whether it's THCA, THC, anything. Some of
Well,
the states, they make you break it down, man. They're totally broken down.
by the numbers, it doesn't get much better than that. 30% plus 5% terps. Damn.
Yeah, right. It's got the terps. I mean, it's definitely there. And you can't. There's no lie there. I mean, it's there when you smoke it. But it's not. If it's well, for salt growers, you're a salt grower, so you would probably love it. It's
All you
okay.
gotta do is fucking do a
It's okay
QR
weed.
code.
It's okay weed to me once you got salt.
QR code.
QR code right to the you know what I mean? The test results and just see the shit. You know what I mean?
There you go. Where's it at? Oh, where's the QR code? There you go. There's it. There's the UPC.
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah.
So have
Theirs
you
might not
seen
be-
like the mobile test now? I seen
I'm
that.
in
I thought I
California.
might have sent it to you, Smiley. Where like they have now like a mobile tester, like you can test your own like runoff
They
of
seal
your
it.
soil to kind of see what it's deficient or what's going on. There was like some kind of soil tester that was more advanced than
Huh.
store bought shit, where you could really diagnose your soil a little bit. It was a little hand job or
Well, handy. That sounds fucking awesome.
That's interesting.
Do you remember the price of it?
No, I don't.
$350.
Probably a couple grand, right? Anything's a couple grand.
Hopefully I like favorited it. I thought I sent it to Smiley. I send a lot of shit forward, a lot of shit sometimes. That's cool as fuck.
Yeah. Some of these guys are learning. This one here, they're side straps, that side safety straps. You know, there's one or two of them on each side for the seal. They have a little bit of a float, so they don't tighten it down. And I can definitely tell by my reseal, these seals, when I put them on after I did it, got them, were better than the seal when I got it from the store. So they're not tightening them up the whole way on purpose. Now, if you do that,
I defer to Smiley. If you reseal, you're not smoking it fast enough.
yeah. That's that storage thing again, right? Shipping and temperature. I'd rather have it open a little bit, I think, wouldn't you? Not open, but kind of covered, but not as tight as it could be. That's what they're doing. Just closing it enough that thing sticks but doesn't go tight. Can't get it off again.
The business I'm working in now, like for refrigeration units and shit, like a lot of it's flowers and greenhouses right now. They're moving shit around, and it's like, I don't know. I didn't realize they kept that shit like it's considered a perishable. They keep it at a certain temperature and and through the whole process or whatever. So yeah, why is that a surprise that cannabis would just need to be like have some kind of a controlled environment?
Yeah, right.
Active and you know what I mean? I don't know.
Everybody grew up grabbing it out of a bag is the problem, and it was just a baggie.
Right.
Yeah, so now we go to events and people just got turkey bag pounds shit sitting there chilling on the table right out in the sun. Like no nothing. You know what I mean? Just
the king size
on end out in the sun, dude. Just bam, there it is. Like, really? Oh, all right. Yeah.
Hey, they're decarbonate because they're going to turn into edibles later.
CBD in her now, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She's good. Full spectrum.
Couch locky.
Sun cured.
Sun cured.
Pushing it to the end, right? But at the end of the day, that shit would be super sedated.
Right. Yeah.
Oh fuck! I couldn't even imagine smoking that. Yeah.
Reader Steve, when he was talking about that process, he was talking about laying it in a black bag and putting the sun for 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it would be good enough. Imagine, sitting in the sun like you're talking about all day long like that, bacon. Just got to change the whole bag, I would think.
Never worried about it before. We never worried about it growing up. Have bud sit it out. Somebody sit it out on the table. Sit out there of course, I lived on the East Coast, so granted, throw something out there. There is a little more humidity there in the air than there is in the desert. If you did that out here in the desert, no. It was like he was saying, we used to get in the bag. I didn't worry about this. I never worried about mold and mildew and having to fluctuate because it was already dry enough. And I guess I
what we
was
got
okay
there?
with it. I guess I had got it okay with a lot of weed that was dry, or just done right, with not too many terps. Maybe it's too many terps to it.
All right, Major
We'll
gets
blame it on the
screen.
turf.
He's showing lady boners over here.
What'd you do and put too many terps in my weed, man?
What we got, Major?
There's that GG4 across the jack.
Nice. That looks good.
Oh shit, man.
Or in the background is Smiley's Rascalberries. Those big fucking dongs right there. Bop, 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 bop. Rascalberries crop with the jack. That one right there, that's going to be the winner. This guy. They're starting to get their little sag going.
There's a lighter colored leaf.
That's
Called a fade, sir.
yep, she hasn't got food since the first.
Since when?
The 1st of May.
Okay, so when you say
So
that,
it's been 8 days in 1 gallon pots. So they get the fade pretty quick.
Yeah.
What is it? So you're just giving them tons of water every day?
Twice a day. They get water.
See, so you said the
What a
eight.
big plants for 1 gallon. Just saying.
Dude, those
Hey,
are
Nice
fat.
job, man.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. I was thinking there's at least
Baseball
3
bat city in there.
I like that. That's so
fucking
good.
donkey dicks, man.
Sweet. That's a tree house in there, man. I'll be like,
What are those?
That one's Tao's Amy Aces.
Oh, yeah.
Amy Aces, Amy
Oh,
Aces,
damn, man.
Amy.
beautiful.
Amy's.
Well, we know Amy's a horse, so she definitely wants those donkey dicks.
Oh, Amy's a lady. Come on. Amy's a lady.
No, Amy gets around. Everybody's had a piece of Amy.
That's a DOA.
Speak
Oh,
respectfully.
that's nice.
Both of those bad
That's
boys.
nice. That's nice.
Yeah, they're smelling nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Hard to describe it. There's definitely a lemon to it, but it's
It looks like
I
it.
don't know. I don't know. That one's complicated.
Complicated.
Like the
Oh,
color.
man, she looks
Yeah.
beautiful there.
That's the best word on that one. Huh? She's complicated.
No, man, Amy's beautiful. That's nice, man.
The Amy's are starting to get a couple. There's a bit of citrus to it as well.
Those are solid.
Is that a 1 gallon pint?
Yeah,
Is
no
that a
shit.
1
man.
gallon pint?
Yeah, these are 1 gallons, and usually I
Oh,
like to fill the trays with soil.
Just
But this
two
time-
of them?
You got
Just
2
did it.
in 1 gallon?
This one, yep, it's 2 in there.
Crazy, Major.
It's
Crazy.
2 in there.
Okay, 2. All right, so
You
yours.
get
Okay.
a flower off the both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that shit. Oh, look at that shit.
Lefty,
Yeah,
righty.
man.
1 gallon pint,
Shit.
man. I like
Right
1
down
gallon.
the middle.
Oh, yeah. What are you feeding them?
Hey, there's Tao.
The Gaia 4-4, right?
Guy of fun.
Gaia Green 444.
You just mix it like
Okay.
with soil?
It's
What's
it's a
that?
Canadian product, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know what it is.
Canadian.
Yeah, 444, and
You
this
just water it
stuff
in.
is called Frost Forward.
Called what?
Grass.
Frost
Cricket Frass.
Forward.
Cricket.
FRASS Forward. It's a 743 product. And I usually, every used to be 28 days, but I switched to 21 days. I give it a bit of up to a tablespoon of each. And I last about 3 weeks.
That's good looking plants
Yeah,
for
man.
1 gallon pint.
Jesus, what are those ones?
Those tall fuckers, those ones are frosted fruitcakes.
How tall?
Those
How
are
tall?
1 gallons too,
From
right?
from
are they?
no, they're in 3 gals. They're
Okay.
in 3 gals.
Those the auto flowers?
The autos are coming soon, man. Soon. I'm gonna start those
I thought those
June.
were all. I thought those were autos there.
oh no, these aren't autos. These are mostly smileys, believe it or not. These are all smileys mixes.
Nice.
Raspberries.
Yeah, I got a blue line.
Those
pies
look
going
nice,
right now.
dude. That's how my
Those are nice,
raspberries
dude.
came out too. That's raspberries by Jack.
How
Don
tall are
wants to know
Yeah.
what growing medium are you using, Major?
That's that HP cocoa mix. It's like a 50% cocoa or 60%
Ooh, the
perlite.
fade on that is beautiful there.
Well, believe it or not, that one has 4 more weeks to go.
Oh,
So we're gonna
Damn.
hopefully we're gonna see what kind of fade there is in 4 weeks. Damn, yep.
4
I might
weeks.
have. I'll probably give it another feeding just to
Wait,
make sure it
yeah.
lasts.
It looks like it's already yellow.
And these bad boys, these chunkies are Smiley's. What's that really crystallized one you have? Smiley ABC codes. Platinum cake.
Platinum.
Yeah. The platinum cake Jack combo.
Jack.
Damn.
Right. And there's a
Platinum
couple
Jack.
taller, skinny guys there.
All in 1 gallon pods.
I know, dude. It's badass.
I'm like, damn, see, there you
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
Those fucking stalks on those things too,
like
man.
it,
Those are
man.
massive.
Look at that.
Right?
See, I've always
It's
thought
like a
like two
hydro
in one tray. I can use them black trays. You can fit 2 in 1 tray. You'll get you start out with 3
So,
thinking you can do
what do
3.
you
If I
feed
did
them?
it, I'd fill these up again. I from the start, I should fill these up, and that'd give me that little.
So
Like
you
a couple
just bottom
times.
feeding?
No, there's a
could do
combination. There's a combination. Like
I
you,
could do
sometimes
something.
I'll flood the tray. Like if I know it's going to be like a hotter day, like it has been this past week, I'll have to flood the tray, or they'll
Those
dry
are
out
2 gallon.
too quickly.
Those 1 gallon pots. Those are 2 gallon pots, aren't they?
1 gal
Really?
right there.
I'm impressed, dude.
Just little guys.
I don't have luck growing them that big in 1 gallon.
Good
So,
looking size.
No, me either,
even
man.
in veg, like I can't even keep them in veg. Like
I like it, man. There's
Wow.
no netting. No, it's all good, man.
No netting, yeah. Just that the one little dude's gonna fall over on me. One little GG4 is gonna fall. It has the flop going. But I think it's
GG4 there though, ain't it?
that's crazy.
yeah. This is that GG4 right here.
No
That's how
steak.
I decide when to pick them. Is I can judge it by the lean.
That's out of a 1 gallon.
Oh, there went the first day late.
That's badass.
God damn, man.
I don't know how many
Yeah,
tops
it
are on that bad boy.
Well, you know
That was
that.
Oh,
good.
golf balls, shit.
No shit,
Are you?
man.
Do you
That's
do? Well, do you put all yours in at once, or do you do a continuous?
Do what continuous?
Are they all the same age?
Yeah, I think everything but those frosted fruitcakes, those tall fuckers. I don't know the age of them.
It
Yeah,
shows
so
you
You run your room. You run your
So
room.
like a couple
cycle.
weeks, you're gonna be busy.
You take
Yep.
everything.
Hopefully.
You take everything down. Major. You take everything down at the same time.
No, it'll
Oh,
no.
okay.
Like I said, those tall fuckers, they got 4 more weeks. Those
All
tall
right.
boys.
What about the rest of it?
The red's coming down.
They look pretty well, like 2 weeks max. I'd have to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
2 or 3 probably.
2 or
Looking
3,
good,
yeah.
man.
the fuck.
Oh, there we go, right there.
Week you're
It's
taking
fat already.
advantage of.
That looks fat already.
That is nice, man. That is
Wait,
nice.
you getting any red yet? You got any amber on that yet? That looks good, man.
I'll have to scope them out.
That looks, I like the way it
Yeah,
looks.
those look
Yeah,
dense
less
as
than a
fuck,
week, dude.
man.
You're like 10 days or less.
Yeah, man, that looks good.
Those are
Anytime
dense
you see
as
them
fuck, too,
hairs,
man.
the calyxes start to curl over, man, she's done looking for pollen. That's her mission in life, is to stretch out and look for pollen. Once some things kind of fucking curl like that, she's
Start
done.
fading back. I think
Oh,
you're
very
right.
nice, man. Very
Week
nice.
after that, and
I saw a filter plug up that grow that I had in the slide back here that time. That grow right there, the filter, all of a sudden the exhaust just went to where it needed to be bumped up 2 more times on the AC Infinity to get the same draw. Because I went in there and took a plant that was like that, probably 3 or 4 days later, and when I hit it, tapped it, it was like the release of all that stickiness, terpenes in the air that took the filter and went to shut the filter down just like that.
That room just got to smell amazing, man.
I bet it does.
Oh,
Like
I've been immune to it, but after going to work and coming back, you're like, oh my God, that is awesome.
looks good. Looks really good.
Not bad. This is like, it's been like probably 4 years since I've run the 1 gallons before. So it's definitely that. There's definitely a drought stress factor into these bad boys. That's for sure.
I'm a smiley. That's how my 1 gallons look like. They look like shit after about 4 weeks, 5 weeks. And I do anything I can. It's like they're just like right on the edge of I'm just about good enough, but fuck you, get me out of this 1 gallon. And they never get any happier.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That frass stuff, that cricket shit, man.
Yeah,
that's the key, I think.
I've been hearing a lot of people advocating the frass. Nick Risden was fucking talking about that. Dude's got fucking 50-pound bags of the shit. It's like, yeah, this is it right here, man. I don't know. This shit's fire, so.
Fuck me, you can't argue. It's working.
Yeah, dude, it's yeah. It's no joke, man. I smoked this shit. It's fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna jump out. So I'm fading out. I gotta finish up, get ready for tomorrow to leave.
I gotta go too.
Peace. I'm going.
So big jar.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, you guys. We'll talk to you later. Yeah, scroll back to before you jumped on, Major. I got the Blue Line Pie in flower right now. Day 12, 14, so probably about day 18, I think.
Cross with the Crippy, I know.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. All right, we'll talk to you guys later, man. Have a good one.
Peace out, big jar.
Yep, bye.
I'm gonna follow him out too, man. I appreciate hanging out. Awesome to see everybody.
Peace out, Smiley. Send me those seeds.
Thank you for popping in.
Yeah, dude. There's more. For sure, I got a lot of them to go through, so. Oh, yeah, man.
Peace.
Yep. Love the small pots, man. I got a bunch of 2 gallons. I did that run last year. That was one of the last runs I did. Next to last. Started out with 40, ended up letting myself keep them out. I guess 28 of them. That was a cool run. It was interesting.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the smaller plants. You can run more, right? Besides having 10 big boys.
There was about, I don't know, 5, 7 plants in there. Good 5, probably 5 solid that I went, oh, I should have had a copy of that. I wish I had that in a plant that was big. So it was super silver haze crossed with grapefruit. Done well. It was a very nice plant. That's a plant I could have had around. That was one of those ones that were like, if you're left on a desert island, which one would you want to be with? If you had that to go as your thing that you could actually smoke that was on the island, I'd be like, that would be on the list.
Yeah, super silver haze is soaring wicked buzz. Good yielding plants, big plants.
And it was F2 to F2, and I had 4 of them, and they all came back female. And the first thing I thought about, actually, it wasn't the first thing, but I thought about it later, was like, oh, I wonder if they were an accidental and he just gave them away free that way. I didn't think he'd do that. So they were probably real F2s and real F2s. And I went, well, I didn't like something. Yeah. That's a good strain, man. Super silver haze, if you can get it, it's real. Like the Jack, man. If the Jack's on and it's done right, if you don't like Jack, it's just because there's some effect coming out of it that your body doesn't like.
I think I remember Jack being like that cologne terp to it, right? And a lot of, you like that. It's kind of like
I don't like cologne.
Right. It's sort of like that cilantro. You like cilantro, it's a soapy taste for you, or it's a nice addition to your plate, right? Where for me, Jack's sort of on that soapiness cologne where it's like, that's just
Cologne. Well, this one don't have that.
soapy cologne, maybe a bit of pine, bit of spice. That's what I remember of the Jack.
Yeah, what Smiley said is a good description.
The urinal cake.
It's the urinal cake.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Fresh urinal cake if you're opening it in a jar, and it's fresh urinal cake, but it doesn't carry that fresh urinal to the smoke. It carries more of the lemon to the smoke.
Right on.
With the earthy behind it. Yeah. Once it's dark, it's more of an earthy. That first green hit. Make sure you save me a green hit, man. Oh, fucker, you took the whole thing?
Yeah, he burnt the whole bowl on you.
I was the guy who did it for years. I didn't know, younger generation come along and started doing this. Handed me a bowl half lit. What the hell was that? He said, that's how you're supposed to do it. We give it to you all the time. You hit the whole thing. Nobody gets a green hit off it. I didn't know. I just grew up. We just hit one another. Nobody thought enough that to say, because we were just enjoying it, probably because we were young. Nobody thought to say, make sure I get some of the green, because you were looking for the after effect.
Up smash.
I came to ask a question. You do RSO, right?
Yeah.
How long do you let it sit normally?
What do you mean, sit?
That looked good.
When you're like before you strain it?
Yeah, like I got this far.
That's up to you personally, and I think a lot of people like need to think about that before they make RSO, because I think you should be making it with whatever intent that you're using it for. So if you're actually using it for more of a recreational thing and you're going to be like a daily vitamin, don't want to stay away from the sleep side, make it more of a clear RSO, quick wash in and out. But for me, I do it more for medicine. So I like to keep that chlorophyll in there. I'll let it sit in there for 24 hours in the freezer, and then I'll strain it out, because I want that extra chlorophyll benefit to the medicine, because it's good for your body in many ways. It aids in good health in white blood cells. It's good in liver health. It's a sleep aid, and that's when you're healing at most is during your sleep. That's when the doctor wants you down anyway, because it's one of the reasons why you're usually taking it. So you want that in there, I think, for sleep. But if you're going to use it further on, maybe use it for edibles or just a daily vitamin, and you don't want that sleep factor involved, then a quick wash is probably
Quicker.
what
Okay.
you want.
So yeah, I was gonna let it sit overnight. That was my whole thing. I was like, I wanted to be as potent as possible.
That'd be the way.
Okay. Cold though? You said freezer.
Yeah, I like to just let it sit in the freezer there, kind of break
Okay.
down, keep that alcohol cold.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
And what do you think on like just multiple strain selection, or just keep it to, maybe indicas or sativas, however you want? Like, what would you suggest on like full spectrum? You know what I'm saying? Like a variety of strains.
Listen, yeah, for me, I think full spectrum is the best way to go.
I put 4 different plants in here.
There you go. Fuck yeah,
But
that's the way I try to do it.
But I use the trim and shit. Like I had a lot of small nugs.
Yeah.
Like I don't clean up the bottom of my buds just so I have material to make hash and do some extra stuff with. So that's all the stuff I used, that like 5-6 ounces. Broke it all up, put it in there. And any nug I had gloves on, I broke it up and I put it in there. I didn't put full nugs in there. So.
Yeah, if time isn't really for medicine, I just try to keep that at least for a week in there. I don't know about 24 hours.
Another thing
I heard of like
for
a
you.
month in the freezer before.
And that's a long set, but a coffee press comes really nice because you can dump that stuff. I mean, you can do the like put it in a mason jar, put a coffee filter in there, and just use that for your lid and strain it like that. Pretty good, a little slow, but then again, you got all that left in your flour, you know what I mean? It soaks it up. So what I find works well for me is a coffee press. I'll dump it in a coffee press,
Okay.
press that shit out of there, give it a good squeeze, and get every little bit out of there that I can.
Yeah. How much do you normally pay for Everclear? I paid, this is a liter, $21.99.
It's pretty cheap. The last time I tried to buy some, I think it was like $30 or some shit like that.
Yeah, the big one was 30.
And I try to catch the time of years because there's a lot of guys around here that will like, you can catch the Everclear or whiskey. You know what I mean? Fucking real moonshine.
That'd be cool.
Try to source that whenever possible.
Yeah. I was saying this on Fumi's show like the other day. I found out it's legal to have a still here. Like I can produce a little bit of liquor for myself. But I don't drink, so it's all going to be extract and whatever if I end up doing it.
Nice. Hell yeah, that's keeping the loop tight right there. That's pretty cool.
It's also, but it's hard. Like I can't imagine like having both my gardens going, then going to run moonshine and start becoming a lot. Trying to learn to weld right now too.
There it comes, baby. I saved it. Damn things to growing weed taught me that I never did before. This tomato plant. It was growing right here. The stem was right in there.
That's an old weed container, isn't it?
Cherry tomato plant. So I was like, which one do I save big? And I saved this, but I was like, I'm gonna try to save the tomato plant. I'm gonna put it in some water. There it is. It's starting to get root. Finally, I got it down below. That's why I like this tray, man. For cloning, you don't need that direct light. I guess it works pretty good. I just found out, right? We'll see if I can get it to survive. I've had that far with the clone before and probably didn't survive. Little kale. Never grown kale before inside. Boy, that LED, man, it took off. Is that the way it's supposed to grow as kale? Does it always go sideways like that first before it goes up?
I tried ordering them. They won't deliver it to me. There's a company called like Extract 420, and it's pretty much just grain alcohol. But yeah, they won't ship it to me. My state's kind of weird. I literally only found one store with this, and I've looked at multiple. Like I even went to New Hampshire to look for like the 190 proof.
It's grape seed alcohol. That's about the best to use, but it's expensive as shit.
Yeah, I wish they would deliver it. I was gonna order it if they were gonna deliver it. I was gonna order some of it, but they were like, "Nah, not there."
Have you looked into the price of those stills by any chance? Like how much are they this day and age?
I know it sounds bad, but Amazon sells them.
Yeah, for sure they do. They sell everything. So you must be able to get one for a couple $100 then, basically.
Yeah,
Wait, there you go.
I was
probably
thinking
try to
like a 3 gallon. Nothing.
Whatever could make, like at least a liter of. I'm sure it would tell you how much it can produce, or does it base it on the size of what the mash it can hold? Probably, right?
Yeah,
Not
pretty
what
much. If you can, like a 3 gallon, my friends were saying you should probably end up with maybe a gallon of liquor.
Well, there you go.
It's a few more dollar savings when you're making oil, that's for sure.
That's what I was thinking. Like if I'm gonna
So are you gonna if you're gonna get that far into it, are you gonna start trying to reclaim the, you know what I mean, some of that alcohol when you're making RSO?
I was thinking about it. This is my first. Well,
I've seen a few people use water distillers to burn off that alcohol. The only difference is it's the same as one of those like source machines, but it's a little bit higher temperatures, which will, change the overall effect. You know what I mean? Because you want, again, medicine or recreational. If it's recreational, it'll be a little bit more to the high side, but if it's going to be medicine, you want that shit to burn off as slowly as possible, as low as temperature as possible, to retain as much shit. But a water distiller, if it's more like a recreational use, a little bit higher temperature, same purpose, fucking hundreds of dollars savings. You know what I mean?
I'm on the hunt over here. Sorry, man.
I'd like to get into it. I've always wanted, like, I make hash, bubble hash. I have dry sift. I've done all that. And then I was like, I've never made RSO. So I was like, if I can find the liquor, I want to do it. That was my hardest part, was finding the booze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7, 8. No, I guess not yet, man. What'd you guys do to my weed, man? You used to be able to get sex down here at 5 and O's. Now you're up here at like 9 and 11. It's like, what the hell? Right? Used to be able to get weed. Weed just used to sex like 5. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I'm saying?
You grown Freak Show? Or anyone grown Freak Show? I have a bunch of Freak Show cross. Well, I have Freak Show and Freak Show crosses.
I got a Freak Show going.
I want to try it.
It looks fucking cool as hell in veg, anyways.
This is really just cool. An unhappy plant. It's not a freak show. It's just unhappy.
No. I was looking at the seeds. I found them. James and Wendy, the people put it on the organic cultivation thing.
Last night on the GML show, I seen Dog Doctor in chat. He was talking about how he was trimming up the Freak Show because he grew it, right? And he said it was an easy trim. Despite all that, what you'd think all those extra leaves are going to be issues, but apparently it's easy trim. And the smells are supposed to be amazing on it. Unique spices and shit.
I wonder what it smells like.
Yeah, it's supposed to be unique.
Some of them leafy bitches, if you can find a nice sweet spot in the dry, you can just go through with a scissor, just knock them back and forth, ting, 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 and knock them out of there. But
I've gotten to the point where I have a brush, like one of those plastic or the basting brushes, and I can kind of just like brush the leaves off my weed. They kind of just break off.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty perfect.
But I've always liked that wet trim, man. It's because I'd always just fucking trim close, and then what was left always just kind of receded and shrunk the bud a little bit. Never even knew it was there for the most part.
You know, oh, I just smelled that. It made me cough. That's weird. I don't even know what I was thinking. It's like I just took a hit of bath salts or something.
What?
Hell. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying.
There's 1 gallon right there, man. Mine wants a bigger pot than 1 gallon.
I need to do up pots. I got Shine Apple going. I need to up pot too, man. Don't worry.
Did you say what you were watering with there, Major, earlier?
Just water. Those are all top dressings.
Don't lie, you're using newts. We know it.
Newts.
These
444.
You got the dispensers hidden. That's why there's no camera.
It wants cleaned up.
The dosatron.
Well, we talk about salts like they're like a fucking nasty thing and shit. Like,
I don't mind salt.
You guys are fucking using steroids back there, ain't you?
I don't mind
salt.
She's all roided up.
It's just fun that I can make fun. Like, I just joke with the salt guys because I grow again, you know?
I just have to, just because everything where I'm at in California comes out from salt and it all sucks. So I got nothing to compare it to.
I've had some like
That's the only reason.
Charlie grows with nutrients, good, really, really good. A couple other places grow with some
Damn.
Jackson shit. That stuff puts in work.
I don't know. I guess maybe, and because I finally grew my own out of some different soil than just, I mean, out of the ground stuff back, years ago was the best, I thought. But to do it inside and then have to buy somebody's that's like, oh man, no, I can do that with a little bit, not much, a lot, messing something up. I think if he just said, that's why you said 8 days with water. I don't think these guys are going that long with backing stuff off and just watering, Eagle. They just keep feeding stuff out here. I don't think they're stopping. It all tastes like the detergent after 2 or 3 days. It tastes like whatever they're feeding. That's the only reason I talk shit about salt.
I remember
Major may be flushing it out. You guys might have flushed it out.
If you can get your like drying area to the like right parameters and that you keep it there, like I know how long my weed's gonna take to dry. I know when to pull it at the most optimal time where I can kind of just brush the leaves off. There might be a couple families I have to trim. I only dry trim now unless I'm doing fresh frozen, then I'll wet trim. It doesn't really matter at that point to me, I just put it right in the freezer anyways. But I kind of like that the leaf folding around the bud and helping hold in a little bit of moisture for a little bit longer. Just a stupid theory.
I've heard it and I can see it to a point, but I don't. The only thing that I buy into necessarily that long-term cure is the fact that it's a living thing. And the only difference between that flash dry is like that's it. You flash dried it, and you preserved it at that moment to where a long-term slow cure. Now you're taking it, you're going at it with the mindset that it's not a product that you want to fucking flash preserve. Now you're thinking about being a live, breathing fucking entity, and it's slowly dying on that vine. As long as that motherfucker has moisture, it is still alive. Still alive. It's still going through some type of process of fucking terpene change, or it's pushing terpenes, trichomes, whatever. But that's the only change that you're gonna see is that slight dying out process. I don't necessarily believe in it's going to be for terps, because terps are volatile, they're air volatile. So if you're not now, you're putting in, put it in a room, make sure there's air movement so it breaks down the volatile terps. You know what I mean? That part of it doesn't click right. You know what I mean? So it's, to me, the more it's dying on the vine thing versus more environment and slow,
Well, it's really all about keeping your temperatures down. Is like the terps start really evaporating. I think stuff we care about,
but
it
still
really
wind
starts
volatile,
at 68.
Yeah, just the process of wind brushing against the plants, wearing the terpenes off.
But I do like a 2-week hang. That's about it.
I think the cold process again is more back to the keeping it alive longer type thing, making it go into a slight hibernation and die out just a little bit slower.
You have one of the herb nows, right?
Yeah, a couple of them. I'm all right with the flash preserve type, mindset to it. I think that's where you're getting the most individual, and like it is to show the highest terpene, profiles, because it hasn't had that time to fucking 60 extra days to fucking let the breeze hit it and let terpenes die down a little bit and completely change, go more towards one or two versus the individual notes that you would, to a fresher, drier fucking cure, I guess.
See, I don't know. I need to try an herbs now because I have a modified. Well, I'm
Anymore. They've got, other versions. My herbs now probably be more economical version. I ain't got no problem with that. But now they got them canatrolls and
yeah, that thing's
all
crazy.
kinds of ways. But to me, unless that's fucking pretty top notch shit.
$1,600.
Yeah, that's an investment. And then you're limited to what you can dry. Fuck.
Like
Think of the $1,600 room you can make though for drying much more weed for that, right?
I would love to dry my weed faster. Like it would benefit me way more if I could get it done faster.
Especially like I've seen them, couple of them have a couple of them canatrol. Now you're talking $3,200. How you can build a nice room for $3,200.
Old bot, you can freeze that bitch if you had to. You can make that room any temperature, and with a bit of humidity, man. You make it any temperature, any humidity. Yeah, you fucking got it.
I think if I was
$200,
bread like that,
you could probably get a fucking old restaurant fucking walk-in freezer and shit.
There you go.
Doctor it up.
If I was gonna spend money like that, I would buy a freeze dryer. I've always wanted one.
I think all the old hash heads now are they sort of anti freeze dryer? Are they saying like the better terps are just the old school way, or is that just?
I like drying it fast and then making it into a tempo ball.
To me, that fucking freeze dryer shit was just for color. It may help maintain that pretty color.
It just helps you get rid of the moisture quick.
Maintain color. Because fucking the brown shit scares people. Like, ooh, that isn't the pretty shit that I've heard about. That whole color thing was like fucking, in my opinion, there's another fad to push.
Even you can get blonde hash from outdoor though. I mean, from any weed, as long as you pick it early though, right? Like one season we had to pick our shit early, and it was blonde hash.
That's the difference.
That's all it is immature cannabis trichomes. That's what it is.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Why would a bigger cannabis company want to take it further? You know what I mean? When they can trick you into thinking, oh yeah, the fucking white shit's the bomb, beat sand, that's it. That's because they're fucking skipping so much time about fucking pull it early, throw it in the freezer, we get to it whenever. Fuck, you ain't gotta pay fucking a place to dry that shit. You ain't gotta pay a fucking trimming crew. It's between you and one dude. Fucking the freezer and the extract guy. Boom.
And you're probably getting like 8 to 9 harvests a year. You're picking it that much earlier, so you might even be getting 10 harvests. Who fucking knows?
That shit
40 days.
Fucking like what? It's cool, clicky thing. Tell everybody that fucking white shit's cool. And it fucking fucking clicks.
Like. So the heady art community, heady glass community is really the one that was pushing the hash rosin, and they still are to this day. Because if they took regular hash and put it in their banger, it wouldn't melt right. It would fuck their banger up. So they wanted something that it was full melt. That was the big thing. 6-star full melt. You can dab the hash.
Well, I've ran around with the little cooler back in the day when I first started making my hash. 100% running around to the dispos trying to sell my full melt.
But you had it cooler.
And fuck, even at that, my way of like freeze drying it tech was always patties, keeping my patties in there. Fucking putting them in the freezer in a little Prylex fucking pan, letting them fucking freeze, get it to where it would crystal out. You could see the moisture right on it. Take it out, set it out for a fucking half hour, let that shit evaporate off, throw it right back in the freezer, push out that moisture again, Fucking, you do that a few times until you get just a grease patty. Boom, ready for long-term storage. You know. 5-minute warning, guys. Cutting this one off early because we got that early episode with Fumi tonight at 11:30.
Yeah, I seen that you guys were doing the show tonight.
Okay, cool.
Long time in the making, so I'll tell you that.
What time is that?
Tonight, 11:30.
Who's that?
Fumador and the
Oh,
flavors.
no way. Cool. This ought to be interesting. I'll see if I can stay awake.
Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna shut down
You're
here
boring,
at
man.
11 and fucking take a quick break, fire back up with him at 11:30.
That's cool, man.
Getting
That's
yelled
cool.
at for doing the long episodes too. God damn, you are butt dumb, dude, aren't you? Like, this is all I got to do.
It gets hard when you're doing shows and gardens.
Yeah, with the light, no, lately, that's all I can't fucking, I haven't been able to be out and doing shit. So literally kind of just sitting around during the day, fucking last 2 weeks. Fucking sucks. It's been a long 2 weeks, man. Real.
Weekend.
Have you been dosing it up, Eagle? Taking a little bit of mushroom?
The other day I did. That's
Get
for
some
sure.
dilation happening, you know?
Yeah, the other day I did for sure. Just once though. Other than that, man, I've been going out of my way to fucking try to. What the superfoods? What are superfoods?
Increase your fiber, whatever you can. Stay away from fruit juices.
Long 2 weeks, that's for sure.
I want to get one of those blenders. It's got like a dish you dab on down here.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. The fancy fucking bowl, right?
Oh, that one got me. So yeah, there's the Terp slurper that has like a pearl in it, and then there's a blender that looks like a banger with the dish. So
And it just holds the heat longer and makes it mix better.
I think the air ratio is different than like a banger because this cap, I always have my cap on, which the air is only coming through here. It's something about the air mixture at the bottom with the vapor right away, cooling it down, and yeah, I don't know. Supposedly giving you bigger hits in the end.
Very cool.
So I want to try one for sure. All right. Eagle, have a good show. I'll be there. Hope you guys have a good night. I'm gonna go put this in the freezer. Be safe.
Peace out, Smash.
Later, that's quick, awkward ending. Cheers.
Have a good interview.
I will. It should be good. It should be interesting for sure.
Good seeing you. Everybody take it easy out there.
Peace
Sit
out,
back and
Rez.
relax. Make sure you're hydrated. Get yourself some water to drink.
I will.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Eagle, make sure you bring up the awkward situation with the fucking regen conference. make sure you bring that up. Maybe like fifth question in, the straight up bring the heat.
No.
We want to know what happened, why there was a disagreement, why was Dutch gonna smash your face or wipe you off of the internet, whatever the threats were.
Brother, you know how this goes. You know how
Oh,
I
we
do
want
it, man.
we want to know the mystery land.
I forget I gotta turn this fucking mic up every time I turn it on. Fucking, you know how it goes. I'm not an instigator, Major. I'm not a fucking instigator.
Well,
But
make
I'm
sure you
not
take
gonna
questions.
I
from the
wouldn't
chat.
stop it. I wouldn't stop it. Oh no. You know what? I was thinking about that already, damn it. Because I've noticed I pick up things as I do this. I've noticed YouTubers, fellow YouTubers are privy to fucking the chats and shit. So I know, you know what I mean? We know the chat's there. The savvy ones have already got chat up and same shit, just like we're doing right now. It's a normal night. So then the chat can sway things. You know what I mean? When people are talking shit in the chat, it's hard to fucking like look away and go, no, you're not calling me a dick. Yeah, no, I see you. I see you. You know what I mean? It's hard to like march through that. So, and I've had that, it had affect a few YouTuber kind of, you know what I mean, savvy people to where it swayed the interview. So I'm almost a half tempted, not tonight, but maybe in the future, as much as I hate to fucking make those ones like pre-recorded, take that right out of the picture so I can get like a clean, you know what I mean, like a normal would, to like a non-savvy guest that necessarily isn't watching chat, or it's still super hard for them to do both. It's a one thing or the other. But yeah, tonight will definitely be one of those ones because obviously we'll both be watching the chat. So we'll see how this goes. It should be a good one.
I'll just cut and paste that question all night. Regen conference. What happened? Regen conference. What happened?
Oh, come on.
All right. Have a good one, man. Peace.
Peace.
Killing Auto.
With that being said, I suggest you guys do the same. Empty your bladder, fill your tray, get ready for that 11:30 episode with Mr. Fumador. I myself am looking forward to it. I myself am not going to instigate no shit. If Mr. Fumador wants to go down with alleys, it is his life, his trials and tribulations. It is completely up to him what he wants to share and talk about. So I myself will not push any of those issues. But if it comes out and he wants to talk about it, well, that's his story. So that being said, I'll see you guys tonight at 11:30. Be ready. Should be a good one. Peace, my friends. If you guys aren't going to make it to 11:30 till ? Well, then you guys know the deal. Do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. I'm 100% not afraid to say that people have helped me out in the past, and I love helping people out because of that. So keep the chain going. Do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. And with that being said, I will see you in a few. Zoom let me out. What's up with that?